Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I've got a project here using scraps. So in this, you will see me using some very tiny scraps of cardstock that I then stamp on little words ready to use in journaling, in my junk journals, in clusters, could be even on a card front. So made them, even got a little bit of storage for them. I then created lots of little shapes here using my dies and my punches. So bits of pattern paper that I've got, created lots of little things that I can use to create with. So giving you some ideas for that. Then I do go and putting them together and show you how I created some clusters. And then I wanted to do a finished product, so I made a journaling card as well. And this could easily be a card front, it could go on the front of a journal, yeah, whatever your imagination takes you. So this is what I'm doing in today's video. So I'm always needing little words, and I've got so many stamp sets and they've all got lovely words. So these were taken out of a stamp set, so I thought, why don't I make a stock of them? So I have got loads of stamps that would be good for this project, and some of them I had to cut. Some of them are fine the way they are, but some of them I did cut. So I know some people find the idea of stamp surgery scary, but the tools, not jewels. So yeah, making them work for me. So I've got words that I have, so those I didn't cut, but these I have cut off different ones. I've got others, but I was just limited to the blocks I've got. Here's some more that I have done surgery on as well. So gonna create my words. So I have got scraps. So I like to keep my scraps in a bit of order. So these are all my neutrals. So there's just a little A5 cello bags. So sometimes I cut my cardstock, completely in half, ready for a card blank. So that's why these are a good size. All full sheets are stored separately. They're stored whole. So and I have a little file. So these are where the bigger sheets are stored, and that's not divided by colour. So these have a little hole to go in a concertina file that I've got one for each colour family. So I wanted the neutrals, so it's mainly these colours I'm going to do rather than those. So I'm particularly interested in these sort of shapes. You do end up, if you cut them down to card blanks, you do end up with nice strips, and then sometimes you end up with littler pieces, so they might be good. So I've got some strippy bits of this. That's quite good. So these were Christmas sentiments that I did a while back, and then I didn't use them all, so that'll be cool. Kind of using up sort of smaller ones that I wouldn't necessarily use on top of a card. So these would all be things where I've maybe made a box and you cut away different parts of the box And so I don't throw those bits away. I was reading a message there, it just popped up. I don't throw those bits away because they're handy. So let's pull out the strips. So these were being cut down from cutting a card mat. A really thin one there, useful for something. So I'm not going to go down the grey road right now. So I've got these. So that's obviously been used for something else that I've put some DSP on and pulled it off. So got these strips. They will be excellent for stamping on and then cutting out. So I'm going to ink in Early Espresso, I think. I think that is a nice dark colour to, so it'll stand out depending on what it's going on, and it'll just be easier to keep it to the one shade. So I've got quite a large happiness here, so let's put that over here. I want to start singing Max Bygrave's song. That's what this is making me want to do, like that. Might have two of them. Happiness, happiness. I can't remember the rest of it. It's about the world needs happiness. Greatest gift that I possess, something like that. Stories. Will that fit on one of these? Because it goes down and up. I might do it slightly slanted. There. I can cut that up a bit. I don't have to have that end of that swirl, so it fits like that. That's quite nice. Shall we have a stories in soft suede? So you get the idea. So that is what I'm going to do. I don't want to bore you by watching me do this, so I'm going to get them all stamped out and get two on that, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do in the next bit. I've also got strips of white which can also be used, and then they'll be ready to colour other sets that I might have. I mean, you know, they can be coloured to match projects. Oh. These are just going to be so handy to have, sort of waiting to be used for something. So that's all my words stamped. So I just simply take my long scissors and give them a snip in one go. So that way I can get as straight a line as possible, but I'm not really bothered if I don't manage, and I either cut them straight or slanted. And there I've got Magic Moments ready to go on top of something, and obviously I want to decorate around. Now some of these are a different shape there, like that one. So I'm still gonna go straight, I think. I did fussy cut it on one of them. I might cut up there, cut that that swirl off. So I think that's still all right. It's by no means straight, but I don't think it matters. Got there. Days to remember. Quite close to the edge. And one thing I really like about junk journaling is it doesn't matter if it's not straight. Look, I did that one slanted on one side and straight-ish on the other, and that's okay. It doesn't bother me that it's not precise. And right there we've got that love. Which, by nature of the fact that it's got a bigger L than everything else, I think I'm going to come in a little bit closer to those swirls. I think that will work quite nicely. So I'm going to go and cut all these up, and then we're going to look for my DSP scraps and make a nice cluster out of them. So they're all my words done, cut out, inked, ready to be used. So I'm just going to scooch them over there, and I was going to look at my DSP scraps. So I'm just going to bring in packet here. Now some people would probably have chucked that, going, ooh, can't do anything with that, but you can. And so I keep everything, even that. You might think, why on earth did you keep that? Well, I can get something out of that. Why did I keep that? Simples. I can do things with that. That's a decent size there. So lots and lots of scraps, and I just get out punches and dies and think, what can I do with them? So I love this die set. This is the Ranunculus dies. It goes with the Ranunculus Mo Romance stamp set, and I love it. And there's this gorgeous little swirl there, and that'll fit on there. I can cut one of them out, even if it's not perfect. I might miss a slight bit off the corner there, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to layer it up, and even if I only manage to get the top there, that's a nice shape. Quite happy about that. So yeah, that's one way of using it. Now I've got these tickets. Love me tickets. So I can cut myself a leafy ticket. That might look good, or I could turn it over and have a nice blue ticket. That would be a nice base for a cluster. And then I've got this stripper ticket. Oh, do you know, try to be quick. May as well just pull it all out. There we go. So little strips like that. I can make a little stripper tickets. Then I've got some nice little embellishments. I could do it that side. I could get a little green ticket out of there if I wanted to. I could make that shape of a frame, or I could cut that, and it's actually got the perforations there, so I could cut that and have perforations if I wanted to. I have these lovely butterfly dies, so I could cut myself a wee butterfly out of that. I could have a nice blue one. I could cut it out of the other side and have a multicolored one. I could probably get two out of there. So that would work. I could even cut half a butterfly if I wanted to. Doesn't have to be a whole one. It could be half of one on the side of a tag. That would work. So these little bits work. You could get oodles out of. And these are my Silken and Beauty dies. I absolutely love these. Well, there's no reason why I couldn't just get a quarter of a doily. How often do we use a whole doily? Well, we don't. We cut them up. I could have a nice colourful doily there with it. And again, I can get half of one there or I could cut it out of this even smaller one there, and they just look nice, sort of edging under under a cluster. And I've got borders. I have this border, so I could cut little borders, and they look nice, framed under things. So yeah, so it's just a matter of looking. I've also got punches. So I remember going to a card I was going to say exhibition, demonstration is the word I was looking for. And somebody said, if I've got a punch that can go under that, it's not getting chucked. And I do have little punches that will go under that. I've got bigger ones as well, but I can just see it here. I've got a tiny little dragonfly. So why not have over here a little wood grain dragonfly? That would be quite cute. Punched out there. Oh look, I could have it green one side, or I can have it the other side. So nice little bits there that you can cut out. So yeah, that is how I use my scraps, and that is how that would be kept. So you might have bigger scraps. So you might have six, you know, not quite a 6x6 sheet, thinking I don't know what to do with that. Well, I grunged it up, used my punches and dies, and got some elements out to make up my clusters. I'm just going to put that away because I don't want to lose it. Now I've done some prep. So that you can see things I've got. So here's some prep of mine. Some of these things I found in my bits and bobs drawer. That was left over from another project. So you see, I've gone and I've cut up these, grunged up some DSP, punched these out, so they're all ready to use. That was left over, and I thought that was fairly nice. I'd cut using this punch out of each side, obviously not this piece of paper, and then I left that label. I thought, oh, I could possibly do that. Used my postage stamp punch and made smaller sized postage stamps. That's that swirl, which I've done it out of cardstock, so little bits of cardstock as well as pattern paper there. Got some butterflies that I've cut. I could in fact use either side. Cut up some tickets. That was quite nice. It was rows of trees. I thought that was quite cute. That's the other side of the paper. So, I mean, you could use the other side, but with a die, you get that nice sort of beveled edge. So that looks a little bit nicer. So I've cut them up. I've got rows of tickets here that I've cut out. These were just strips I had. And I just thought, oh, I'll cut up some rows of tickets. Now, what I don't use today will just go in my bibs and bobs drawer to be used another day. I've cut up some little doilies as well. Some were just, you know, partial because that was all that was available in the cardstock. But that's enough to put on something. So yeah, so we've got all these with lots of different cardstock in my bibs and bobs drawer. I forgot I'd made those before, so they'd be quite handy to use. So yeah, there I've got, and I've got some actual doilies that I've used. So we'll put that pile there, and I'll just give you some examples I have been making. So I've made some clusters. So I've put them together, made these, added a little bit of ribbon there. That's one of the borders that I've done. So you can see how you can add them together to make a little cluster that you can put in the corner of a page. You can put it on a tag. You can put it on a pocket front. You could even put them on a card, to be fair, and you know, they don't all have to be for journals. And I just think they look really cool. And you know, a lot of people, some of these bits they would have literally chucked away. So I'll just go through. So so after making all of these, I'm just like thinking, oh, let's make something. So there, we've got a nice yellow ticket. Don't normally go for yellow, but I thought it was quite cool. So let's have a little look. Have I got a little butterfly, maybe? A little butterfly to go on there. And then let's pick a word. Hugs. So it's like a ticket for a hug. That's quite cool. You might then want to add a bit of stamping on there. So I might take, can't believe I haven't got it out actually. Probably got it in that pile. No, I haven't. So let's get that scripty. I do quite like that as well. And I've got some postmarks. So some of the ones that have got postage stamps might, oh, Dragonfly saying, use me, pick me, Jez. You know you love me. There we go. Have a bit of that. So I might stamp on that. That's early espresso. So no, that'd be a bit dark. Let me go with soft suede. I'm thinking I'm going to go with soft suede. I'm going to ink it up and I'm going to stamp it down. This is already mucky. Let's just stamp it down. I just think it spoils the view a bit. Can't really see what I'm doing there. There you can just see. There we go. Stamp that over there. Do you know, I think it needs re-inking because that hasn't come out very dark at all. Subtle, like a bit of subtle. Does need re-inking. Image, do that in a second. So that can now go over like that. I'm going to ink round the edges of this ticket. There we go. And I could ink round the edges of this butterfly, but I don't really think you see. There is a little bit of a white core in this paper. I don't really see it that much. Put him there, put him there. I could add a little bit of this ribbon. I think that might be quite nice. I wanted a little bit of a fray. Didn't want quite that much. Oh, Jez, what have you done? There. That would be quite a cool little cluster, I think. So let's get me glue. Bit of Tombow. Stick that over the middle. Stick this down. Stick the egg on top. There we have a little bit of a cluster, simple as that. So, you know, like once you've made them, you can just take them from different piles and go, oh, I'll have that, I'll have that. I might. Got a bit of a postage stamp there. Let's take our postage mark and stick that up in the corner. and on that one, just to finish the postage stamp ones off. There we go, even got a little bit on the ribbon there. Cool, like it. So let's do a few more. I might speed it up whilst I'm doing it, and then we can have a little look-see afterwards. Okay, so there we are. I've made quite a few. I'm not going to make any more right now. I've got a little, I bought a whole packet of these. Must have been about 12 in a packet in a charity shop. I think they were £1. So I'm going to put my words in here because they're handy just to have a word when you're making something you think, I just want a word. Don't necessarily want it clustered. Clusters are handy to have, but I just think I'm just going to store my words ready. Got oodles now, and I tend to use my crumb cake, my soft suede, my Sahara sand, so I know they will go quite well with whatever I make, really. So that's what I'm going to do with that little lot. And then I've got a drawer for handmade ephemera, I've got a drawer with bibs and bobs, and so they'll get put away and handy for whenever I should need them. So that's that, and then this lot can go in. So I've got these clusters that I made before, got a video on that, so I can put these all in here ready to be used, getting a nice collection. And I'm probably going to do something with this, I think, so that we've got a finished article, and these can go in my bibs and bobs drawer to be pulled out. Oh, that's a word. Well, it's not a word, it's a phrase. So I'm just going to put that over there for now. Scoochie woochy, more words that I missed. There we go. So my thoughts are to use this. So another favourite die set that I have is this. These are the ornate layers. I think they're lovely. I've cut out this one in basic white, and I thought that fits quite nicely on there. So I'm liking the way that looks, and I thought that this could then be a journaling card, or indeed it could go on a card front. It needs a bit of vintaging, so I am going to put a bit more. Do I want soft suede? I might want crumb cake, actually. Let's have something a little bit lighter. In the background. I think some journaling cards and tags that you make could easily be cards, and vice versa. If you're a card maker, then you could easily turn them into journaling cards or pocket fronts to decorate a page. I think the two can complement each other really well. Obviously I make cards. I am going to do a little bit of soft suede, I think, around the edges. I did re-ink this. There. Just to have a little bit of darker stuff around the edges. Yeah, really liking how that one is looking. So that's going to go on the back there. Now, if this was going to be a journaling card, I could just cut a rectangle to sit it on, and that would be a journaling card. My thoughts are I might put it on an actual greeting card. Now, I think maybe a crumb cake, or I've got a little drawer here where I've got card bases that are cut ready. Sometimes when I cut one card base, I cut two. So that is early espresso, which is the colour of the ink. But that might be too dark. Have I got a soft suede there so that I can look? No, I haven't got a soft suede. Thinking that might be a bit too dark. I'm going to get... I've got white that I could grunge over. That's a possibility. And I might use some of that DSP. Let's have a little look-see. Can't remember what colour it was. I think it came from the Subtles range. and it was indeed pale pink. So I could put a bit of pale pink in the background. That would work. So just kind of giving you some ideas of other ways that you could in fact use your stash. So that cut down, that would be quite a nice card. I'd probably put a bit of stamping or whatever on there. Just going to put that away for now. The other option, as I say, is a journaling card. So I might get a bit of crumb cake. Have I got a bit that already cut out, but I don't think that would be big enough. No. Well, you'd have a journaling card. You'd have the edges over. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? But that's the sort of thing. You could mount it on that. Got writing on the back. You've got yourself a pretty journaling card where you could write on the back of. I think I'm going to go for that, but I need a bigger. I've got a bigger Sahara sand actually. That's quite a nice light colour. I could put that on the back. And actually it's then the same colour as that. I think that's Sahara sand. Or it might be grey granite. Maybe it's grey granite. It's grey granite, isn't it? Find them quite hard sometimes to distinguish. It's like smoky slate's quite similar as well. So yeah, liking that. Let's cut that up. So what size is this? So if I cut it to 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. Three and a quarter. That way doesn't do 4 3/4. Yep. So let's go 4 3/4 on my trimmer. That sits on there. Well, might round the corners. Let's put that back in its scrap pack. So round the corners, corner rounder. This punch is retiring. Actually, I'm sure somebody said it wasn't available anymore. It's actually sold out. There we go. I've got oodles of corner rounders. There we are. Yep, so that fits on quite nicely with those rounded corners. I'm just going to neaten them up a bit with my bone folder. Don't like sharp edges. And sometimes you might find that you need a bit of, there we go, a little bit of filing, maybe if it hasn't quite cut how you like. It's an emery board, always handy, have an emery board, on your desk. I've also got an actual sanding block, but I just thought do it with this. I often send out emery boards to customers as a little thank you gift. And I say they're craft tools as well as doing your nails. There we go. So it needs a bit of going around the edging. So yep, that's looking a lot better. The back needs a bit on it as well, but this will be for writing, so I'm not actually going to do very much on the back here. So maybe a bit of that. Should I do it in grey granite? As it is grey granite. Did I clean it? I think I might have done. Just a little bit of aging around the edges. There we go. Might do a little bit of aging in the background. There we go. And I might put a bit of script. A little bit of script on there as well. I might put some on here. Just to just decorate that a little bit on the back. So that's quite cool. Now I could put something behind. I think I've got something over here from a previous project. This was literally on the floor. And that's been cut out of brown paper packaging, tied up with string. There, like that, like that. That has been die cut from something. Obviously it's been die cut from something. I'm just trying to find. It's not those ones. It's those ones. So Nature's Harvest, that's been die cut from, like that. So give it a little bit of texture. just on the top bit to make it look a little bit like it's actually, I don't know if it's corn or what. It's not showing up that much. Not showing up at all. I probably need to re-ink the crumb cake as well. I can just about see it. You probably can't, but I can. Right, so get them stuck down. Let's see where it's going to come up to. So put it on there, put it on there. We're actually going to end up taking that bit off the bottom. So we'll just snip a bit off the bottom there. It's joined further up, so we're all right. Glue, please, Jezebel. There it is, it's fallen over, I can't see it. I'm going to deliberately not have it in the middle. There we are, a journaling card. So that is taking me scraps, and I've actually created something with it. Okay, so hope you like that. I will put photos over on nigezza.co.uk. I'll link down below to my shop where you can purchase things that I've used today. Some things are retiring that I've used, so you need to get them whilst you can. And yeah, I'll be back soon with another project. I also link to the blog, and you can go and check out the blog hop where other people have put their ideas about using scraps. Okay, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.